giving up on love. Always thought I'd never really ever be enough for someone. But when I set my sights on you, I saw my future running through. I give it all to be with you. My life began the day we met. You're the one for me, you're the one for me. Hold on, baby, please. Some say you're blinded by love, but I think I saw the light, yeah, yeah. Now my future's looking bright, yeah, yeah. Hold on tight, we'll never let this go. And I laid eyes on you. I knew.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. On behalf of Olivia and David, I would like to welcome you and thank you for coming on your planes, trains, and automobiles. I'm Olivia's Uncle Mark, affectionately known as Uncle Monkey. Was really honored to be asked by Liv and Dave to marry them. To give you a little background on Liv and Dave to tell you how they met and how they made it here today together. They both attended the University of Rhode Island and met at a party for the golf team. Dave looked across the room at the party, saw Olivia, and thought to himself, "Where did you come from?" Dave immediately felt like he was on a sugar high. He figured he would take a shot, go over and say hello. Liv and Dave talked all night, and they were the last two at the party. They never thought at that moment this would bring them where they are today, but they've been together ever since.
You are good throwing all my song titles in there.
Got that, huh?
I got it.
I'm not done.
Wow. All right, keep going.
From there, Dave went on to grad school in California, while Liv finished up at URI. And long-distance relationships can certainly be challenging, but when you're with your best friend, turns out with a little bit of love, you can make it through with ease, and we did. After they finished school, they both went on to start their careers. Liv, being an independent woman and knowing what she wants, started her own business using her creative talents in music and singing. Dave embarked on a career in mechanical engineering, but not even a nuclear submarine could keep them from being together. With no wasted time, Dave left his engineering job to go into business with Liv because he knew she was up to something. They surely have a lot of balls in the air, but they handle it all together. In the blink of an eye, they've been together for 9 years, and it's amazing what you can accomplish if you just believe. They're handling the ups and downs of life together and all the DIY projects that come with. It's indeed wonderful what love can do, but what really gave me chills in talking with Liv and Dave is that love, and love alone, took a lifelong Red Sox fan and turned him into a Yankee. From this day forward, Dave will never be messing with the king. They continue on their way to a life filled with peace, love, and happiness.
You killed it.
Liv and Dave have written some words they would like to share with each other.
David, over the last 9 years, you've taught me what real love is. Okay. I met you at what I would say was probably the lowest point in my life. I had just been diagnosed with Lyme disease and had a permanent IV in my arm. But that didn't scare you. You did ask if you could catch it, but when I assured you you couldn't, you were all in. You would sit there with me for hours as I let the IV drip, and you'd take my mind off of everything I was going through. I'd been dealing with a new diagnosis and was scared, anxious, overwhelmed, but you had such a calming presence about you and always reassured me that I was going to be okay. I didn't know how much I needed someone like you in my life until I met you, and you really did come at the perfect time. You made such a tough year for me a million times easier. And looking back, I'm not sure I could have seen the light at the end of the tunnel without you. Sure, a lot of you know this story by now, but we met the night of November 16th after I'd scoped you out at a few parties. Somehow you brought up that yesterday, November 15th, was your grandpa's birthday, who had recently passed. And it would just so happen that November 15th was also my grandfather's birthday, who had recently passed. This could have definitely been a coincidence, but I took it as a sign. We stood there for hours at your golf house party the night we met, 3 a.m., and we realized no one was left but us. The next day, I had lunch with my friends, and I told them I just met my future husband last night. They told me I was crazy, but I just said, okay, you'll see. The day we got engaged, I sent a picture to my friend from college and just said, I told you. Over these last 9 years, you've made me laugh every day. You've pushed me to be a better friend, a better daughter, a better sister, a better businesswoman, and a better cat mom. You've supported me in my career when most people didn't really see the vision. You would travel with me all around the country and pretend you were my manager just to make me seem more legit. You'd sleep in your car in your work parking lot in the freezing cold after a long night in the studio with me in New York City just so you could get an hour or two of sleep before heading into work. No matter how many doors that closed, you inspired me just to build my own doors. You've taught me how to be strong, how to work smarter, how to be successful in whatever I put my mind to. You've given me real confidence in who I am, who we are, and what we can do together. I know it's a little cliche, but you really are my best friend, and I just don't seem to get sick of you. We balance each other out, and there's no one else I'd rather be here with today. You've proven to me time and time again what true love is, and have never once given me a reason to doubt you or what we have. You're trustworthy, patient, gentle, the life of the party, and just a true stand-up guy. As I was writing this, I kind of had a full circle moment as I remembered that you said in your proposal that we'll have a greater love story than Noah and Allie. For you guys who haven't seen the movie The Notebook, it's all about two people, Noah and Allie, and follows their love story through time. I don't think you know this. You know a lot about me, so maybe you do. But back in high school, after all my teenage heartbreaks, my mom wrote "Hold Out for Noah" on the back wall of my closet at her house. She never told me she did this, but one day I noticed it. A few weeks after I met you, I went back to my closet and crossed out Noah and wrote your name. When you proposed and said we'd have a greater love story than Noah and Allie, it all came full circle to me. I always knew you would be my Noah, and now I can stand here and say I was right. I promise to always be your rock like you are mine. I promise to always be your biggest cheerleader, just like you're my biggest fan. And I promise to be the best wife to you that I can be. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you and keep writing the greatest love story ever. I love you.
David.
All right, I should have went first. Liv, you always tell me that I'm very indecisive, which I argue isn't true, but I can confidently say this is the most sure decision I've ever made. You're the love of my life. I am so happy to be standing here with you right now, even though I knew this was coming from the day that I met you. You make me feel so loved and happy, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. You're the most beautiful girl I've ever met. You're the most amazing person that I've ever met, and you're my best friend. When I'm with you, I feel like anything is possible. We truly are a power couple. And we're going to have the most exciting life together, no matter what we decide to do with it. You are so thoughtful and caring. I learn from you every day, and you make me the best version of myself. The thing that I love most about you is that when we're lucky enough to start our own family, you're going to be the best mom. And just like me, our kids are going to grow up so loved. In this exact moment, right here, this is the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. I'm so lucky to be marrying you. I promise to be your rock, to be here for you through everything. I'll have your back, and I'll support you in everything that you do. No matter what life brings us, I will always love you. Liv, I love you.
To have and to hold,
For better and for worse,
for richer or poorer,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
from this day forward.
till death do us part. Wrapped up in clover. The night I looked at you, I found a dream that I can speak to, a dream that I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I've never known. Oh yeah, when you smile, oh, and then the spell's cast. And here we are in heaven. For you are mine at last.
Companionship is huge. You guys are companions, Whenever we talk to Liv, we talk to Dave. You're always on speakerphone. We know that's what it is. And that companionship is key. I think there's loyalty and there's love. There's loyalty between you guys. You're going to have a fabulous life. And Dave, welcome to the family. Here's a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Gosselin.
So, for those of you who don't know me, I am David and now Olivia's favorite sister, Amber. I am their only sister, but who's counting? Not me. Growing up, David and I didn't always get along, and that probably has a lot to do with the time that he made me spend all my birthday money on a paintball gun, and then proceeded to let him shoot me with it. We didn't start to get close until I moved to Connecticut about 6 years ago. This is also when I really started to get to know Liv. Many people probably wonder how Liv and I get along so well, being polar opposites. The truth is, she heard me sing one time, and she wanted to be my best friend ever since. If you have ever spent any time with David and Olivia together, you've probably heard David sing his favorite song 1,000,002 times. It goes a little something like this for those of you who haven't. Liv is the best, Liv is the best, she's really, really the best.
At least top 3.
Thank you.
By now that song sounds like a broken record to me, but he was right about Liv being the best. Liv is the best Target shopper I know. When we go out on Friday nights and we come home, she makes my shopping look like nothing when we show the guys what we got. Liv is also the best partner at card games, board games, video games, you name it. We're actually undefeated in Fortnite. But most importantly, Liv is the best at loving Dave, which, trust me, is not always an easy job. Although I have never heard Liv sing the song, Dave is the best, I know she must think it to have put up with him for all this time. Something many of you may not know about David is that every year on their anniversary, he writes Liv a poem. I was actually surprised his vows today were not a poem. So to start their first year of marriage, I wrote them a little poem tonight. You have been together for over 9 years, as you already know. You took a chance on each other, now look at you go. From a long-distance relationship to being inseparable at all times, who knew I would be standing up here trying to come up with rhymes? Your love is silly, unique, and rare. There are not many that compare. Through the Target shopping and sports card addictions, your love can withstand anything. That is my prediction. Just always remember to never go to bed mad. If you put your relationship first, that would be rad. May you have a life full of happiness and your marriage be blessed. Don't worry about the little things, it's not worth being stressed. I love you both to the moon and back. If you think I'm lying, you are whack. Now everyone show some class and raise your glass to David and Liv, who's
My name is Michael King. I am the, not sister of the bride, brother of the bride, and the best man. I could be the sister if I want. Amber, that's going to be a tough one to beat. I'd like to thank everybody here for traveling near and far, and I'd also love to thank Liv and Dave for bringing us all here together. There comes a time in everybody's life where you meet your soulmate. You meet the one that you're going to show unconditional love to for the rest of your life. 9 years ago, Dave met me. And the rest is history. Now to get serious. I have been a very protective brother to Liv. We've had an awesome relationship. She's been my best friend since I was born. So I had really high standards for every dude she was going to bring home. I was very particular. And Dave walked in. He was about 150 pounds soaking wet. He was on the golf team. He was an engineering major. And he was a super nerd. So I realized that I had nothing to worry about. But what I didn't realize is that he was gonna make my job as the protective little brother a hell of a lot easier. Dave would do anything for his family. I know he'd tell you that. Even when he asked me to be his best man, he'd say he'd kill for me. Quick little story to highlight this. I just moved into a new apartment in New York City a couple months ago. They dropped everything for me. They moved meetings, they took off work just to make sure that I had all the hands. Afterwards, I wanted to repay them, so I brought them to dinner. We sit down, we order. All of a sudden, my girlfriend Sheila, who's diabetic, tells us that she left her insulin at home. Dave, without me even being able to react, is up and yells, "I got it," and runs the 5 blocks back home to get her insulin. And I remember looking at Liv sitting there and being like, "You got an awesome dude, and I'm really proud that he's gonna be my brother." That's just one of the many examples. Many examples of how you're gonna be. I can't wait to watch our relationship grow. Please take care of my sister, continue to, and know that I'm appreciative of it. These last 9 years have been awesome to watch. And in these last 9 years, to Amber's point, Dave, you've taken a little bit of Liv's musical ability in your own talents, in the form of poems, the Liv song. I remember the Big Papa remix. But I've been with her for 26 years. So it's my time to show the musical talent that Liv's rubbed off on me. This is my rendition of the classic ballad performed in the movie Step Brothers. I can't say the title of the song. Liv and Dave, the newly wedded Liv and Dave, Liv and Dave, the newly wedded Liv and Dave. The Nina, the Pinto, Olivia Gosling. My name's changed forever, and that's pretty awesome. Nachos, lemon heads, Dave's dad's boat. Let's all raise a glass and make a toast. We sail around the world trying to find our soulmate. Liv found hers and he became my bro mate. Put on your life vest, let's drink up. If you love this couple, finish your cup.